This here is the most luxurious piece of gear that I own, and this little guy here is the Camplux F5. This will provide me on-demand hot water anytime I want. So one of the things that I personally used to never think about doing is taking a shower when I'm camping or anything off grid, just because one, the water is always cold, and even if you had a water tank that had a heater probe in it, it takes forever to heat up, or if it's really cold out, it's really never going to heat up just because of what temperature it is outside. So having this here completely changes everything. I could take a hot shower. I can rinse off dishes if I want warm water while it's freezing out, or I can wash like my dog or any pet that I have with me. And this is super compact. It fits in my Front Runner Wolfbox Pro here, and it comes with everything I need. It has the nozzle here, which I can just flip this on and have heated water instantly. And what you heard there is the Camplux kicking on its igniter, so it actually burns a flame right in here, which is actually visible, so you can see and hear that if this is not running for whatever reason. You can check your propane, which is what it runs off of. So if you have propane with you, whether that be a 10-pound tank like this one or one of the little 1-pounder, which I actually have an adapter for, which is really great. So I can just have it hanging right here. It's currently mounted to a mount that I designed for the Tune M1. So the Tune M1 has this overhang right here, which is diagonal from the vehicle. So we made a mount that will straighten up the Camplux, and there is a rubber pad at the bottom, so that way it has something to rest against. And obviously, we're not going to drive with this, so really this is just here to just have it mounted while we're in our shower. So right over here, this shower awning is my Dirtbox Overland hard shell awning, which is on a 90-degree pivot mount. So it swings over, so that way I can have my door open if I would want to. And in here, I have a little basin that I got off Amazon. So if you're worried about taking a shower and then being on the gravel or dirt wherever you are, this little basin resolves that issue. And there's a little drain there, so if the water gets too high, it just drains out. And it actually comes with a little flexible tube, so if you wanted to attach that to it and route it away from where you're at so it doesn't create a puddle right underneath you, has that as well. And this awning's nice because it has a roof, so if anybody's flying a drone or if you're lower than other vehicles or other people, you're going to be fully covered. And the way I have it set up is pretty nice because the door is right here. So anytime I want to adjust the pressure, adjust the heat level, I reach out here, and on the Camplux, there are two rings or two dials. The outer dial controls the water pressure. The inner one will control how hot you want it or how much heat you actually put into the system to increase that temperature. So we've tested this out before, and you could take a hot shower, so anywhere between a comfortable level of 95 to 110 degrees on depending on how hot you like your showers to be. I usually like my showers to be anywhere around 105 degrees. So this little guy can now go up all the way to 165 degrees if you really wanted to, but that's with the heat or the gas all the way on max, and then the water all the way turned down. So you kind of play that game of how much water pressure do you want with how much gas or how much heat output you actually want with it. And I have it mounted, or what I'm using to provide me with the pressure is a Seaflow water pump right up there, along with a Seaflow accumulator right underneath that. And that is tied into my Roam 7-gallon water tank here. This is an aluminum tank. It has baffles inside, so that way it doesn't splosh around when you're driving off-road. And with this, I can actually run my my water from here with just the standard nozzle that comes with it. So if I don't want heated water at the time with the Roam water tank, I could just use this. Or when I want to use the Camplux to create on-demand hot water, I'll plug it into here as a quick connect right here. So the nozzle has a quick connect and the Camplux has a quick connect to it. So easily interchangeable, so that way I can use both heated or non-heated water with it. So now that we've done all that, let's actually show you guys the temperature. So I'm going to turn it all the way down as far as water, and I'm going to turn up the gas just to see what that looks like. So this is with the water pressure all the way down and gas all the way up. And there actually is a little digital gauge right here, and the temperature is climbing. 130 degrees, 135, 138. And today's pretty warm. It's going to be like 85 degrees today, so we might not see any steam, but I'll put it down low so you guys can kind of see here. So you can kind of see the steam there. We're currently at 140 degrees and still climbing, 149. So pretty hot. I don't think you're ever going to take a shower that hot unless you are crazy and you like to burn your skin. But you can see the steam coming out of it there. So it's at 153. So I'm going to turn up the pressure, and then I'm going to turn down the heat. So just so I can show you guys the pressure. So if you wanted to change the pressure on that, you can. So I'm going to crank up my pressure here all the way up. You can see there, pretty nice pressure. And then it's currently at 110 degrees. So this is pretty comfortable shower temperature. So really depending on if it's a hot day or if it's a really cold day, you're going to want that temperature to really fluctuate. So you can mess around with this and really dial in the exact temperature you want with that. And then when you're ready, on the nozzle that comes with the Camplux, you can press that, it'll shut off the Camplux. And then my Seaflow water pump will also shut off at the exact same time as well. And with this, there's two spray nozzles there, so you can, or spray patterns there. You get this one here, which is kind of the center, and then you have your standard like shower. Shuts off, shuts everything off right away. I love how quick it is. As soon as you click this, you can hear there the propane, the flame kicks on right away. It's just very satisfying that how fast that lights up and how easy it is to just have on-demand hot water that quickly. So this is one of those things that I will always have in the camper with me at all times, because maybe I'm going on a week-long trip, and usually I could do like 2-3 days without showering. But if I'm doing any hikes, or if I'm exploring or fishing where I'm getting a little bit dirtier, then I would probably want to shower, and I don't want just to take a cold shower. Obviously, in the summer where it's like 100 degrees during the day and you wanted to take a shower, you don't really care to have heated water. But this is one of those things, is if it's cold out, you don't want to shower, but you're filthy, it's nice to have. So with that being said, I will have this Camplux F5 heater down in the description if you guys wanted to check it out for yourself. They also make a more portable version that has handles, and then you can just use that, and you can plumb that or put the hose where it will pull water, pretty much any water source, whether that be a lake or a bucket of water, whatever it is, you just put it in and it will start pulling water that way. This one's more for camper builds, in my opinion. RV style. You can also use this in like an outhouse if you have one at your mountain house or whatever that is. Put one in there as well, but super easy to set up and super efficient. Again, have this in the description if you guys want to check it out. But that's going to be it for this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys next time.